Yo, we're rolling.
We rolling.
You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is whoever's in there, blacks is gonna have it fucked up. Latinos is gonna have it fucked up. You better get off your ass and make it happen and work harder. Is it fair? No.
When I think about the lyricists that had me going, shit, like, Rakim a lot of times isn't there for me.
You're now tuned in to a fine test. It's almost like healthy trap.
You know what I mean? Like, you take a black family household with the same education as a white family, they actually earn more income than the white family.
Where is that shit at?
Yeah.
Pull up that statistic.
We gotta pull that shit up.
I don't believe that shit. I'm calling bullshit on that.
Don't let Obama get you fucked up out here. The world has not changed that much. It ain't all just the music. When you talk about hip hop culture, it isn't just the music.
Correct.
The fucking kids in sports that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let's get everybody get a trophy. No, man, nigga, you a loser. I'm sorry, dog. You don't get a fucking trophy.
Supreme Clientele.
Fuck. How did I forget that? Yeah. Salute. Yeah. Yo.
Back at it again. What's going on?
Back at it. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right.
1, 2, man. Another podcast.
Podcast.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. Absolutely. Man, so everybody feeling good though, right?
Yeah, feeling good, man.
Nice.
You feeling all right? Did you recover a little bit from the effing?
Recover from the effing, man. That effing.
Yeah, that effing was effing you up.
The effing was effing me up, man. For real. Getting the concoctions together.
Yeah, shit is cold, man.
For real,
Not cool.
Add back to his normal self, so you know we all good now.
Yeah, we all good, right, man. Word up. So, you know what I mean? We was talking earlier a couple different topics. One topic that came up to mind was the diet in the African American community, the African American household. This kind of ties in with really just the American household as well. Mm-hmm. But we kind of just want to cover solely on the culture and, you know, the American people in general, of course, but, you know, the black community in particular. It was funny because we talk a lot about high fructose corn syrup, and you know we grew up. I know that for the last 10 years, at least growing up in the house with my mom and our mom, she was a big proponent of an advocate of having knowledge of deceitful ingredients and knowing about GMOs and high fructose corn syrup and things of that nature that are in a lot of products, you know, that we consume on a day-to-day basis that we may not think about. Jelly, syrup, you know, sandwich spreads, bread, you know, bread that you eat. You know, it's all kind of shit that the FDA approves. Yeah. That's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean?
Very. And dude, a lot of y'all, and I've watched, you know, I don't know if any of y'all like seen some of the insane documentaries, you know, that are out there, whether it's Forks Over Knives, and
I've seen a lot of similar ones on Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix and everything. And there's a lot of great documentaries on there, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that the U.S. government and the FDA has done a lot to try and keep that agricultural economy going.
Yeah.
So they've done a lot of shit by subsidizing farmers.
Correct.
You know, trying to make sure, you know, to push this shit that, you know, that they are getting there to make sure that we keep that segment of the economy growing and doing well. So with that, you know, there becomes a lot of scandalous ass shit that starts happening, whether it's pumping, you know, cows and chickens with hormones,
the
antibiotics.
faster they grow, the
exactly.
faster they put them out in the market.
Right. They don't get sick, you know what I'm saying? You pump them with antibiotics so that way they get healthy and grow. And then the next thing you know, we're taking in so many freaking antibiotics that antibiotics don't even start to work for us anymore because... You know,
every day.
Oh yeah, because we're having
it's
them
all
constantly.
in the food.
Yeah,
and the regulations. I mean, you know, now they cutting out the regulations that go for a lot of this irrigation,
which is a big problem that I've had.
A very big problem.
Yeah, not to get crazy political, but a big problem that I've had with, you know, the Trump administration. It just seems like now what is happening is we're becoming they always want to say, oh, there's too much regulation in the United States, too much regulation of businesses. We make it not healthy for businesses to grow. But, I'm like, well, what the fuck do we want to be? Do we want to be China where motherfuckers is walking around with fucking masks on because the smog is so horrible? No one gives a shit about any type of, the things that we're putting in the foods or how we're doing it and everything else. Like, we have to have some kind of regulation, because if not, then people are just going to go rogue and do whatever the fuck they want to do for profit.
Exactly. The business community is not out for the betterment of the community and the health of the community. They out to make $1. So I don't understand the thought process that all of a sudden that if we cut out regulation, businesses will make sure that we get healthy food without the parasites, without all these things. That's not what they're there for. That's not their main goal. Their concern is to make a profit. So you have to have those regulations in line. But as you said, there's all that shit is getting cut out.
Yeah,
basically.
And I wanted to just pull up the actual definition for high fructose corn syrup, for those who may not know what it is. Some of these terms that you
can lower that mic down a little bit, my nigga.
Yeah, no doubt. Word up. So for some of the folks that may not be familiar with some of these terms, we just want to kind of educate and put those into there for folks that may not know. So it says, according to here, high fructose corn syrup is a sweetener made from cornstarch that has been processed by glucose to convert some of its glucose into fructose. Some of that shit may not make sense, but pretty much, this is a genetically modified organism, GMO. That's what GMO is. So it's not a natural sugar. It's something that compressed and contracted into an unnatural sugar. And they put this ingredient in pretty much everything that we're eating. Because it's cheap. Right? So now we talk about...
You don't have to worry about growing it. You don't have to worry about people cutting it down and then processing it.
Exactly. We don't want to use real cane sugar.
Make this shit in batches.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? All the leftover shit from the corn that they've already used to process.
This is like the chitlins of the fucking corn.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then you can still consider yourself sugar-free.
Yep.
Yeah.
So and that's another thing. A lot of the sugar-free products, diet products, some of these things even sometimes do more damage than it does than
what you have the sugar
because it kind of tricks the body when it's breaking down everything, to make it think that it has something that it doesn't, and then it craves more. You know what I mean? So when you have all these empty calories and these fucking genetically modified sugars, the body just has all these empty carbs, and then it's just going to crave more and more. There's so many. You mentioned about the documentary on Netflix. Was it Fork Over Knives?
That was one, something. And there was another one I'm trying to think of where they were actually talking about just exactly what you're talking about. That's the reason why we get so addicted to all of these highly processed foods because the body is telling us like, oh, hey, dang, this is good. Like, I need more of that. You know what I mean? Because it's something that's unnatural. And our body is telling us, you know what I'm saying? That,
more.
That we need more. When our body doesn't even know how to break that shit down.
Exactly. So it's just all, the human body is just an amazing thing.
First of all.
You know what I mean? So, but when the digestive system, I think, is just trying to break all this bullshit down, it just gets discombobulated, man. And then you keep putting it in there, and you never really, you never really get full. You know what I mean?
No.
Like if maybe when niggas was younger, like you eat a bowl of cereal in the morning, right? You straight. Nigga eat some Cocoa Puffs, whatever. But it's like the older you get, I think like you need some oatmeal.
Yeah.
You need, more solid breakfast. Because your body needs to break down real food, real carbs, not empty calorie, but complex carbs, complex carbohydrates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that is, the body knows when it's getting something that's official.
I mean, there's a lot of times where first of all, you know, I mean, and I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, how, you know, it was like, you know, niggas just gonna keep it 100 with everybody out there, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like y'all niggas see the pictures of me. You're not gonna see that I'm like just some thin ass nigga that.
Yeah, we're
know
not
what I mean?
nutritionists.
Yeah.
No ejaculating.
Not at all. You know what I'm saying?
This is just data we acquired from just wanting to improve.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? I'm a cat that just, you know, is always wanting to improve myself. And there's a lot of times where, you know, even I've talked to my wife and I'm like, man, sometimes like, you know, I just want to fucking take it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take it back to like the genesis of shit. Cause I'm like, when you look at it, I'm like, first of all, people like look at that shit and act like it's like something that's just there and they don't pay no attention to it. But when you look at the food pyramid, man, like, you know,
real shit.
Yeah, that's real shit. Like that's the basis of it. Like, you know what? Fucking 5 servings of fruits, 5 servings of vegetables.
Of this,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Have your veggie plate.
Have your veggie
larger than the car.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
All that, man. I was like, and you know, and we'll probably get into this a little bit, but I was like, you know, when you think about price, and that's why sometimes I think, you know, us as people, we have to stop kind of making the cop out that even though it's very expensive to, you know, eat organically, but there are other ways to do it as well. I'm like, man, have you ever went to Costco and seen like the big ass fucking bag of brown rice?
Oh, no, real shit.
Like,
that shit is super for commercial, like restaurants.
I'm like,
shit.
You think about how long that shit can feed you on, my nigga.
No, I mean, and that's all we fuck with, cause like, I mean, when
fuck
I think
the rice-a-roni with all the fucking extra processed shit, or that white rice, nigga.
All that processed shit, cause you can control your brown rice that you're cooking more so than the rice-a-roni.
Exactly.
That's sodium, you know what I mean? 1,000 milligrams or whatever it is.
Sodium, and you know what I'm saying? It's bleached and your body can't break it down. And by the way, you know, that's probably the first thing that, you know, that where white is bad. White rice and white bread. Nigga,
everything else, nigga, we love
everything else is like
white is right.
Oh, nigga, white is right. Nigga,
you know,
black is
white.
White pasta.
White pasta.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that is that you talk about the Asian community and white rice, right? But statistically, they're quite healthy.
They are the most healthy, right? Which is very true.
So, I mean, it is very starchy, and a lot of people, it's not as healthy as brown rice, but it does absorb quicker and breaks down quicker.
Very true.
Than brown rice.
Very true. Very true.
You'll even have some fitness guys, bodybuilders, where they know brown rice is healthier.
Cool with that.
But they'll be like, you know what? I just need something to break down quick. I'm going to rock with the white. You know, so but I think overall, and this isn't to be, you know, stereotypical, but I mean, the Asian community may have just an overall good diet, even with the white rice.
No, it's not
going to fuck up the whole.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because I mean, you think about, you know, there's a lot of seafood, a lot of fish, a lot of vegetables. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit like that
in that diet. So you know, they can afford a little white rice.
Yeah, white rice. And I mean, then when you look at it, regular white rice is still fucking better than rice-a-roni.
There
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
and you got to think,
has a lot of sodium, a lot of MSGs.
In it.
No,
they just boil that
steamed
shit,
rice.
throw it in the bowl.
It's just steamed white rice, and throw it in the bowl. Throw it with all the other seasonings and everything else to make
vegetables
it,
and whatever else they're gonna add to it.
You know what I mean? To make it good. But I've told my wife before, I'm like, man, sometimes like I just want to fucking strip down in this house. Like they could get a big ass bag of rice, a big ass bag of beans,
big ass punching bag.
You know what I'm saying?
The punching bag size rice bag. The big ass.
You know what I'm saying? You know, have our. I mean, and I was talking to her about. And I've been doing some research on this shit too. Even in the fact of, you know, like, and we talked about, you know what I'm saying, once we, like, you know, get to a house and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, once we buy our house, we want to buy a freezer. I'm like, nigga, I want to buy, like, my meat, nigga, from the local, you know what I'm saying, you know?
Real shit.
Man, the local slaughterhouse. But nigga, like,
man,
and I've been researching that shit.
Even local eggs, farmers, you know what I mean, farmers market, you buy the eggs.
You buy the eggs, you know, the shit is real, the shit is fresh, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you can get a quarter cow, they give you different cuts, you know what I'm saying, and shit. And
it's the difference. You don't think you can taste the difference.
Yeah,
you're going to know the difference.
You really can. You know what I mean? Right. I think you learn that the older you get. I mean, because you grow up with the mod, you know, your parents tell you, you know, there's always like that joke, even amongst black comedians, like, you don't need no Nikes. I can get you some Sykes. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, it's like you do get what you pay for in life. You know what I mean?
Man.
And there is a fucking difference.
There is a difference,
know what I mean?
man.
And,
I really believe that.
Nikes do feel different than the joints
they do,
man. You know what I mean? The materials that they're using, it is better material.
Even like
it's not just the logo.
I feel that like with my car. VW Touareg. Like, I'm sorry, man. There's a difference in luxury brands. Even in your basic Honda Civic, it's a great car.
Of course,
but
great car. But when you go
sit in that shit, when you go to it, the way it feels, how long, you know what I'm saying? You could, the finishing, there's a difference in that quality. You could tell this is a mass-produced car to be economical for people, a good, dependable car for you to be, economical in. But if you want to step into some luxury,
you're going to go to the next level.
You're going to feel that shit.
Yeah. I mean, you driving a Benz or a BMW. Nissan's a great product. Toyota's a great product. But like you said, you sit in it, you feel it. You like, damn.
You're like,
this that German engineering.
This that real shit.
You know what I mean?
Or even when you mess with the Toyotas, when you go to them higher ends of those cars.
That's why all of them have a luxury brand.
Yeah, they all have a luxury brand.
Yeah.
So you know the difference.
Yeah.
You do. And I think that kind of ties in with what we're saying too. Because there's a health aspect of it. There's a business aspect of it. The farmer that is preparing cattle with no hormones and no antibiotics and things of that nature, he has a longer production time frame that he has for that cow to grow.
Yes.
Versus the cow that's injecting all the shit. That cow's growing in fucking a week. You know what I mean? And he's ready to get slaughtered. Where the other one is more organic. He's eating grass.
It takes time.
He's not in a stressed environment where he's fucking shoulder to shoulder with a bunch of other cows. This nigga walking freely in the grass. You know what I mean?
Like they were supposed to.
Exactly. So it's less stressful meat. It's higher quality. His diet is better. So, of course, that cost difference is going to be a little different.
Yeah.
The same with eggs. You know what I mean? You think about, like, chickens. And, like, chicken coops. If you look at, like, non-organic ones, the motherfuckers, they stack them on top of each other. They're shitting on top of each other. They're walking and shit. There's fucking rodents.
Fighting.
There's, like, rodents.
And each other's beaks and
shit. You know what I mean? And
it's just a stressed out life.
Stressed out life,
and
right?
It's so sad. It's incredibly sad. You know what I mean? Because you have to figure out a way to do things humanely.
For real.
And not always think about
the business aspect or the profit margin involved in it. And unfortunately, that will always, or not always, but most of the time supersede.
Unless you go with someone, you know what I'm saying, who was doing something, which was, what we're also talking about, like you can apply this to, clothes, or anything else, to the fact that, and I'm not going to say always, but usually, you a higher price, like you said, is usually going to give you a higher quality. You get what you pay for.
Correct. Right.
And I'm sure all of us can attest to the fact that you pay for. You go buy some shit at the 99-cent store, like that shit broke like within a week.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
You get what you pay for.
Exactly.
You should have bought the shit that cost like $30. You know what I'm saying? And
you should have went
it'll
for the
last
hefty
you
bro.
more. You know what I mean? And you saw that more back in the days.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now there's another great documentary where they were talking about. Fuck, and I wish sometimes I can remember the names of all these. But there was another documentary that was talking about the clothing business and how nowadays, with like, Forever 21. Hopefully, the niggas never be a sponsor.
I know, right?
Talk shit about it.
We was going to do the commercial.
They talk about how nowadays, clothes have become just like a mass commodity where it's like wear it once and whatever.
I agree with that.
Back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Like you buy some shit, and it's a good quality, and you make sure that it lasts. Nowadays, like they make it to where people are so fucking into like, like I've already rocked that once or twice.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good.
I mean, I'm good.
I'm wanting it. Yeah.
That's last season.
That's
you know
last
what I mean?
season. Yeah, some new.
I already rocked that on my Instagram. So I can't rock that.
I can't rock that ever again.
Yeah. So the manufacturers are going into the same thing. They're like, well, these motherfuckers ain't really caring about it, so we're going to just make our shit till it's basically once, twice wear and then throw it away. You know what I mean? It's almost disposable now, where it wasn't like that before. And I was like, man, that's sad when you think about it, man, because you know, you got like the super cheap manufacturers. I mean, and I go there all the time, like H&M, you know, and everything. But like, you know, that's not the concept that they have in their head. They're like, they're making their shit to where they know people are not going to wear
very, very affordable.
Yeah.
And the material and quality isn't like outstanding.
Isn't like that.
You know what I mean? You wash something from Forever 21 probably a few times and it's done. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's they roll it out, like you said, mass production, keep it cheap, let them get it, you know what I mean? And then keep it moving. Yeah. So I think for when I was growing up or in high school, I mean, it was the same for you guys, I'm sure. Like, it was like much more expensive to get fresh.
Yes, it
was. Like my era, you know, Echo, Sean John, whatever, you know, velour suits, and fucking jean jackets, like $300 for, you know, it was hard. It was expensive for niggas to get fresh.
It was, man.
You know, so like, you know,
that's what made us get jobs when we were kids.
Yeah, you know,
like moms couldn't afford to keep us fresh.
You know,
so it was like if we wanted to get fresh, we had to go out there and go get it.
Yeah, like 1 or 2 outfits.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
it.
And then we kind of got into the, you know, the white tee era.
Yeah,
so it was like, fuck it, buy a pack of white tees, get some J's, straight, you know. And then, like you said, you get into these other companies, Forever 21 or whatever. You know, you get fresh, affordable, and you know. Or you could just fucking get some shit from Goodwill that looked like Kanye shit.
Yeah, exactly. With holes.
Just rip it up. You know, so
that was the beauty in the mid '90s. You know what I'm saying? You go get your Pendleton or whatever the case may be. You know, and get that grunge look. You was in the game.
Oh yeah, that was, I know I rocked that a lot.
Absolutely. So you know that's kind of the thing where, you know, like I said, we hit it from a health aspect, we hit it from a business aspect, and it's almost like how much is too much, or where is the value placed? Because one of my boys, E. Davis, we was having a conversation the other day, and you know, somebody that we had knew was selling a T-shirt for like $44, or you know what I mean. I don't want to put niggas on blast. Niggas like, I know that's my tee, nigga. It's 44.
Exactly $44. So
it was around.
Yeah, it was around, like, you know what I mean. So like he was like, yo, this nigga charging like Pharrell prices, like BBC, you know, prices, and he just coming up, right?
Yeah.
So then I kind of hit it from a different angle, like, you know, that's true, but you know, it all depends on like what the cost is too, you know. Although, and do we as consumers, should we worry about what it costs the other person to make it? You know what I mean? Like if you're selling a whip, if I'm selling a whip at Nissan or whatever it is, it's like, you know, you have some customers that's like, all right, what did you pay for the car?
Yeah.
What's the cost? You know? But should it always be that? You know what I mean? Because then businesses are in business to make profit, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's not always about profit. Sometimes it's about volume.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's one of those things.
It's still about making money.
It's about making money. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't be in business.
Absolutely. Because I know, like, even us with like I said, the Cold as Hell sweatshirts, some people probably believe, you know, $60 was too much for the Cold as Hell sweatshirt. So they might bring it to the fact that, okay, our notoriety isn't there, but we're looking at it from a standpoint, okay, it cost us this much to make this sweater, whatever it was, we need to put it at this price to get even a profit margin on it. And, you know, fuck it, we wanted to put it at this price because we feel it's quality and we don't want to devalue what we putting on the market.
That's the biggest thing.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
Exactly. If, you know, Nipsey Hussle, right, he put out, you know, his project for $100. Then he put out mailbox money for $1,000. Niggas thought he was crazy, but he was like, "Fuck it, this is what I feel. This shit is worth."
Yeah.
And niggas, and you know, Jay-Z bought 100 copies. He made 10,000 racks right there just off one purchase. So it's kind of like that same concept. Who are we? If you fuck with a nigga, you fuck with him. You know what I mean? So you fuck with West Side Gun.
Yeah.
If he had a $300 vinyl, you gonna fuck with it. You gonna try to get that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna
You're
try
not
to.
worried about
Yeah.
how much West Side Gun paid.
No, it's not.
To press
Yeah.
up the vinyl.
Like, oh,
that
dude,
it only
vinyl only costs $5 to press up.
It only cost that nigga $10 to make that damn vinyl. I ain't paying. You know,
I don't care about that.
You're not. It don't matter.
Yeah.
You know how much shit that we buy on a daily basis that costs way more than what them niggas made.
Yes,
You think
man.
the iPhone?
Yeah.
$800
Look at that
to make.
shit. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Nikes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
man.
think the Nikes cost
Exactly.
all that to be?
Nah.
You guys ain't paying nothing to get these Nikes.
Exactly.
Man.
So you know, it's very subjective. It's
Yeah.
it could be an interesting argument from different perspectives.
It's what you want.
You know?
It's like you said,
Yeah.
it's what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you want, the bottom line is if I want a polo shirt,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much, if I want that polo shirt, I'm not going to look at the price of it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I want a polo
You want
shirt.
the polo shirt.
I want a polo backpack or whatever the case may be. Or I done made the decision that I want to eat better for myself. I'm going to eat whole foods. I'm going to
Yup.
make
Yeah.
the diet.
Yup.
You know, I'm going to pay the extra. And that's what, like we were talking about before, where I understand that it's difficult for a low income family to say, okay, look, we're going high end, we doing all organic, you know, this is how we're doing it. It's expensive, man.
Yeah.
But at the same token, you know, how much does it mean to you? I mean, you know, I find it ironic that low income families still can find time to buy them or find the money to buy them J's.
Yep.
Get the weaves
Yep.
done.
Right.
See a lot of
Get
broke
the nails
niggas, man, with
done.
J's
So,
on.
yeah.
I'm like,
Now that's
I'm like,
another
you
thing,
get it.
right?
Yeah.
You should still get it.
They still getting what they want.
yeah.
But then this is where you want to cut corners at. Are you
that's
cutting
exactly
corners in
it.
your refrigerator?
Yeah.
But your closet is popping?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
So, you know,
know.
niggas can figure it out.
Yeah.
We can
It's
figure
what
it
matters
out.
most to you.
Absolutely.
Dude, let me
And then,
tell you.
unfortunately, for
Absolutely.
most people, the outside means more
More
inside.
than the inside, yeah.
You know,
You're right, man.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I have been, you know, also on this whole quest. Like I've been doing, you know, I'm kind of fucking a dumbass for not making it happen. But you know, I've been doing also a lot of research about backyard growing. You know, I've like been big into like doing research on
You get
how
your
to grow.
farm on, Skip?
Get my farm on, man. Like I want to start gardening, my nigga. Like
Farmer skits,
I want
nigga.
farmer skits, man. I want to make my own
The
tomatoes.
overall, my nigga throwing the locks overalls. The chic luch overalls.
Yeah, man.
Strap down.
Yeah, I think put the strap, the BBD down, strap down. I want to do that shit. Like I've already researched how to grow tomatoes in a flower pot. You know how to grow zucchini.
Man, that's awesome
Nigga,
shit.
lettuce. You can do all
yeah.
this shit, man. And like I was telling my wife, I was like, man, babe, I'm gonna like really start growing all this shit. I was like,
Wow,
I want to
bro.
make my own vegetables, my
Go
own
for that.
herbs.
I know
you
I'll
what
be
I'm
over
saying?
here,
And
my
I'm
nigga.
like, yeah, I'm like,
I'll break some bread for a head of lettuce, my nigga.
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have so much
with that
growing.
romaine or that iceberg, my
Look
nigga.
at the romaine, my nigga, the green.
That green. Niggas be putting out all that white ass iceberg.
Yeah, man, not fuck that white ass iceberg. Nigga. There's another bad thing that's white.
Damn, we just coming up with more.
He's coming up with more. Bro. Yeah, man, you gotta fuck with that romaine, nigga.
That romaine, brother.
That, you know, romaine, that red leaf,
Red leaf,
yeah,
exactly,
the green lettuce,
bro.
man.
For real.
That real shit, man. But yeah, I really want to do that. And I'm like, imagine, you know, how much. First of all, you know, when you harvest your crops, you know, you usually have an abundance.
Gotcha.
So you know, you want to make sure, you know, what I'm saying that you know that you get all that.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like,
True.
you don't want your harvest to go to waste. So you know, that's gonna force you to eat more vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Bring in more.
True.
You know what I
You
mean? And
bringing it all
everything
in.
else.
Clockwork.
Yeah.
Clockwork.
I mean, man, this place is. You know what I'm saying? There's so much. You know, first of all, the internet is a beautiful thing because
Right.
you know, I mean, you know, it show you how to grow strawberries. You know what I'm saying? In flower pots.
shit.
You know, and all kind of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You can. You know, I'm like, man, fuck it. Like I said, like I'm sometimes just thinking about taking it back, man. Taking it back to like motherfuckers like back in the days that, you know, did shit, man. And they was eating a hell of a lot better than us because they wasn't eating all the processed, you know, fucking Twinkies.
And that's the difference.
all the
People
other
be like,
shit.
well, shit, they ate pig feet, they ate hog.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, the pig wasn't going through at that time what the pig is going through today.
Yeah.
So it's easy to say, our grandmother, great grandmother, it's like, oh man, they ate pig's feet to the day they died. Okay, but they weren't getting pumped. The pigs weren't getting pumped with what them pigs are getting pumped with.
Those pigs from their own farm, like the local farm.
And another thing, unfortunately, and this is just the our culture and black folks, you know what I mean? A lot of this slot that we were given, the chitlins and the fucking, it wasn't really our choice either.
Yeah, it was the bottom of the barrels. It was the scrap.
Slavery, you know what I mean? This is what you niggas get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For real.
We had to turn it into soul food.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Soul food, I think the inception of it was just, it wasn't the healthiest shit.
No, man.
It was not making lemons out of lemonade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's
because you can't let anything go to waste. You know what I'm saying? You nigga, that's still food.
But I'm here to tell niggas today,
Yeah, we ain't gotta be like
we
that.
done came a long way from slavery, my nigga. Like we can pick different parts of the pig, or pick a different animal. You feel me? Like so, we gotta uplift, uprise, and understand the opportunities and how far we've came. You know what I mean? And
take advantage of what we have. I mean, like we were speaking about earlier. I mean, I understand it isn't feasible for a big family to get organic chicken. But by the same token, you can get regular chicken, not have to fry it.
Yeah,
you can grill it.
You don't have to make it bake the worst. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely. Like check it out. Like Winko, right? Anyone who's listening to us, if you have a Winko near you or whatever, you could buy a pack of chicken breast there for $5. Mm-hmm. It actually says on the cover, no antibiotics or hormones.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you can go that route. Costco also has a big pack of chicken. Also, it's actually even bigger.
Yeah.
Those usually cost you $15 to $20.
$20.
But it is more chicken. I don't know the ounces difference. I don't know the ounce difference.
I think I get like the 10-pound bag.
It's a big ass bag.
Of breast.
It's like a 3-pack. It's got like
that's right.
Like
that one. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't know the ounce difference offhand right now, but you do notice the difference. Mm-hmm. But like I said, if you're shopping wise and you're shopping smart, you're doing your research.
Yeah.
If you don't got the money every week, every month when you go shopping to cop the Costco bag, get the Winko bag.
Yeah.
There's no hormones, there's no steroids in it. $5.
It's still affordable.
It's still affordable.
Still affordable,
and like Lush said, you can bake it. You can you work with what you got.
You work with what you got.
Because I think that's the problem sometimes, whether it's African American or Latino. It's like we say, fuck it. I can't afford
organic.
Organic. I can't, I got a family of 6. I got a family of 5. I can and I get that. I'm the first one to sit here and say, I get that. But by the same token, you can't just give up and just be like, fuck it. With the health and just, like we said, you can't cut corners. You have to realize that you got to make the best of what you have. So it's like, okay, look, I can't get the best grade of chicken. Yeah. So knowing that, I know I shouldn't be damn frying this chicken.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day.
There you go.
So let me bake it. Let me grill it. Whatever. Let me pop this in the crock pot.
Yeah.
And do whatever it takes to try to make this, feasible for my family and get our health together. And I understand sometimes as young cats. I mean, let's be real, man. When I was young, I didn't give a fuck what I ate.
Yeah.
I ate what I ate. I lost weight. I can look at the gym and lose weight when I was young. You know what I'm saying? We're in a different time, man. Diabetes, especially in the African American community, is still high. I was very surprised to learn that Native Americans had the highest diabetes rate.
Man, that's crazy. I
was shocked to see that.
Because that's not marketed heavy. You automatically think
you automatically know about African American situations, but you wouldn't know. And this is statistics coming from the American Diabetes Association.
Wow,
16%. And then you have us, African Americans, at 13.2%.
Okay.
And running a very, very close is Hispanics at 12.8%. And then you got to go all the way down to 8% for Asian Americans, and even lower at 7% for white Americans.
Wow.
So, we can get into economics and we can get into all these things, but the bottom line as us as African Americans, as Latino Americans, we understand the economic situation, but you have to, at the end of the day, realize that this health situation goes beyond economics. You have to, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell everybody go organic, go, Whole Foods. Yeah. I would love to do it. As we said before, man, I'm not finna sit here and get on nobody. I ain't Jackie Lane up in here. Exactly. I'm trying to get there. Yeah. I would love to get there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to, I'm mixing and matching, trying to make it happen. But I'm realizing, man, that it's too important, man. We come from a family where high blood pressure is very big in our family. It's something that we have to watch out for. We can't continue to go, okay, this worked 2 generations ago for us to eat this way or us to have this in our diet. Food is changed. It's different.
It is.
Way things, the way our grandmother,
about the same kind of shit.
Yeah, the pesticides and all this shit, man. They didn't worry about that stuff back in the days. They weren't pumping
I kind of
chickens with pills and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
Going on there.
Right. It's funny too because even if you look at some countries in Europe, I talked to some of my friends in Europe, Sweden, and it's like you don't see organic chicken, organic beef, organic apples. It's like it's the fucking apple. It's chicken. It's like where did America come to the point where we have to promote? Because we got so much fucked up shit out here that we have to separate the food. Like
everything should just be
water.
What happened to just chicken?
When did we have to be sweating about water?
You know what I mean?
Look at Flint.
You know what I mean?
Like you said, you look at these European countries, these cats ain't buying water like we're buying water.
Tap water. When I landed out there in Sweden, it was like, nigga poured me a glass out the tap. And it was like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Where's the bottled water at? I'm like, we don't drink bottled water. And that shit was like, nigga, Fiji. Like, it was some clean, fresh water, bro. And that's normal shit. That's normal shit. So, it's one of those things. And I pulled up something here too. Because we were talking about the price differences. Because I think iron sharpens iron, man. So all of us talking together is really... life, I think, is just a everyday improvement. So every day you're just trying to improve, figure out new ways, just like Les said, to improve your life, make things better. I think when you get to the point where you have the outlook like, fuck it, my auntie ate healthy her whole life and she died of cancer. Fuck it. You know what I mean? When you start having that type of outlook and you're just stagnant and you don't want to grow, that's where you fuck up at.
That's the problem.
So it's like, you know what I mean? I'm looking at Welch's like grape jelly, Welch's natural Concord jelly. This is without high fructose corn syrup, considered natural, $2.99, right? At Target. And then you have, let's see, with high fructose for $2.34.
Not a big difference.
Not a big difference.
60 cents.
You know what I mean? We look at natural Heinz ketchup without high fructose or any preservatives, minimally processed and everything. $2.69 Target, right? The regular one, $2.34. So, I mean, we see the margin is very small. I don't know your whole grocery cart what it's going to equate to when you go. It's going to equate to a higher bill.
That's like $1. You know what I mean? And I can understand.
And that's just 2 products. Of course, you know what I mean? There might be other products with different margins. But, I mean, these are just small changes that you can make and be like, because high fructose is an interesting thing where it's not like, some people are opposed to diet soda or diet ice cream. They're like, oh, that shit is fucking tastes nasty. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like high fructose has no taste really. You know what I mean? It's a silent killer. Yeah. You're not sacrificing any taste in your food if you buy food without it. Yeah. So if you use ketchup without high fructose corn syrup, it's not going to taste any different than the other one. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm tripping, but after just avoiding it for so long, I can kind of taste the difference sometimes
Which I can
of the quality.
That.
You know what I mean? Like if I have a juice that has like high fructose corn syrup versus one that doesn't, like It's just like it's like the sweetness is like more artificial. It has a weird taste. You know what I mean? But really, there's no difference. You're not sacrificing
one for the other.
Yeah, you're not sacrificing one for the other. It's really just. Like you said, not a large difference in the price. And these are just small things you can make a changes with. 30 cents on that product, 30 cents on another product. You know what I mean? If you could just make those small changes, we're not saying, everybody should just jump to fucking, pack of organic chicken at Costco right away if you're not able to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you could start changing, these are things we use every day. Ketchup, jelly, Miracle Whip, bread. If you could just make those... those will start overall increasing the health of your household.
And some don't make a big difference. When you talk about white bread against wheat bread, I mean, how big of a difference, if any,
exactly,
in the price of the two?
The price of the two,
White rice versus brown rice.
Yeah.
How much, if
really
any, is there a difference in the price of the two?
The price difference. Yeah.
I hear people talk, brown rice sometimes is crispy or it takes time.
You got to know how to prepare it.
You got to know how to prepare it.
Yeah, it can be harder.
It takes time. I mean, I didn't get cooking the white rice or the brown rice correctly at first. It took a little bit, and it does take more time. I mean, it's not as easy.
But come on, man.
No, but it's like
quality takes time.
Yeah, it takes time. So it's like, but the bottom line is, what do you want?
Yeah.
Are you going for the better quality of life, or are you looking at, which to me is definitely the big problem in diet in black and brown household, is convenience. Yeah. Which is why fast food has became such a, prominent thing in the household with food, or microwavable shit. You know what I'm saying?
Pop it in the oven.
Yeah, I mean, you think about when we were kids. How many times did we get fast food or get something popped in the microwave? It was unheard of.
I say that shit all the time.
We got McDonald's, nigga. It was a party.
It was rare.
No, real shit.
It was a rare thing.
It was a party, nigga, because we didn't get that regular. We got home cooked meals. So it was different, you know what I'm saying? Where now we've sacrificed, quality for convenience.
Yeah.
It's more convenient. And granted, I understand, it's hectic.
Dual working.
Life is you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got both parents working. I'm definitely in that now with the newborn, and me and the mother playing tag team. You know what I'm saying? One come in, one come out, one watching.
Absolutely.
It's hell. You know what I'm saying? It's hell, but
it is.
At the end of the day, we've come to the conclusion that we want our child to be raised the way we were. You know what I'm saying? We don't do microwavable situations. Our daughter isn't getting all this fast food, sweets and processed food, and things of that nature, I want my daughter to know at the end of the day, you get McDonald's, nigga, this is maybe once in a year type of thing. This is a celebration. This is a reward. You ain't getting this every day. That's how we was, and the rates show that. You look at the rates of diabetes or obesity. Dude, I never heard obesity when we were growing up.
Man.
When we was kids, I'm not gonna tell you there wasn't no big kids when we were growing up.
It's always been.
Yeah, when they started using all these hormones and stuff, and kids start growing double the size of kids from the past generations, it got crazy.
And can I say, I also think that people got to be real with situations sometimes too. It's not just the organic shit that is making niggas fat, man. No. Like, people are eating like shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the fucking chips, the cookies, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Supersizing everything.
Yeah.
The big fucking colossal burger with all the fucking
4x4 in and out.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking 4x4.
People are eating horribly. And I didn't really think about it until, I start seeing, let's say, even with my daughter, man, sometimes I feel for her. I tell them, I'm sorry, baby girl. Me and your mama did a bad job on teaching you how to eat right. You know what I'm saying? Because, she's just like us. She's always damn, struggling with her weight. Man, I got to lose weight, about this and that. Yeah. But of course, you know what I'm saying? We did a horrible job. We let her, oh, I want chicken nuggets. All right, let's go and get chicken nuggets. You know what I'm saying? And we let her do that shit instead of, cooking home-cooked meals. And, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm I don't really think the breakfast, lunch, and dinner is what's fucking our kids up and our people.
The in-between.
It's all the shit in between. I know my stepdaughter, she hardly ever eats, But when she eats, it's nothing but junk.
Empty calories.
You know
That's
what I'm
my
saying?
thing.
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot.
Yeah.
But when I eat that bullshit.
Exactly. Eat bullshit.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? And that is the stuff that is really killing you, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, clog the arteries, you know, make that spare tire around the middle section and, you know, and everything else.
Spare tire. Oh, shit. I ain't heard that one.
Yeah.
Spare tire.
The spare tire,
Some of the fucking whips that come out today don't even got spare tires.
Exactly.
Niggas got them in
Niggas got spare tires, for real.
Yeah. You know, that's a great point to make, though, because, you know, you have the monetary effect of the food that we're eating, and then I think we have the food that's affecting us long term too. So I think, like you said, there's a short term issue, there's a long term issue. You know, that definitely needs to be addressed.
Because it's true that we don't need all the extra bullshit that we need, but it's like kind of like how you said, you know, it's the small things that start first. First of all, stop eating all the fucking fast food that you eat.
And I want to touch on the fast food too, because I think today, more so than, you know, I mean, some decades ago, we have better choices of fast food.
Yes, we do.
You know, we have the Chipotle chains that have came about to kind of become a healthier choice for fast food.
It's still not better than cooking, but if you're gonna do fast food,
it's gonna do
you better than grabbing a Big Mac.
But these are those in between meals that we talk about. Like when you're on your lunch break, when you're at work, and you maybe didn't pack a lunch that day.
Right.
You know, we didn't have those type of choices. Wobble Grill. You know, we didn't have companies that promote no frying, no skinless chicken. You know what I mean? Flame broilers.
That's what I was thinking of. Like, that's my favorite shit. Flame broilers.
You know what I mean? And Wobble Grill is kind of the same. Like, we didn't have those kind of choices back then, where I think, like, if you do stumble across a fast food place, you should go to one of these kind of places. And it kind of, it's no excuse to settle for a McDonald's. It's no excuse to settle for Burger King and shit like that. Because we have a lot of, we have some choices now.
And even the McDonald's has a grand.
Yeah, they've even done a great job.
They have
improved
before.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, like their apple pies are baked now. Like, if that means anything, we don't fry our apple pies no more. You know, they bake.
You know, they're like really trying because they've kind of got the heat put on them.
Yeah.
But it is pretty amazing. You know, another great fact is like right now, I'm probably like 15 pounds or 20 pounds more than where I want to be, where I was at like at a certain time before, like back when I was like living in Upland, like when I was running every morning and I was watching what I eat, you know what I'm saying? And I like
you lost a lot of weight.
I had lost a lot of weight, man. And I completely restricted myself to a 1,500 calorie a day diet where it was like 500 calories max for each meal, but really I like cut it to like 400 and had room for 100 calorie snack in the middle. And the other day, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I was telling my wife, I was like, man, I got to get back on this shit, man. Like, got to start eating right. You know what I mean? I'm like, and it's pretty fucking incredible that I was like, the one day when I was like, okay, I'm gonna start backlogging my meals again.
Right.
And I logged my breakfast, you know what I'm saying? I had a nice, healthy, like Special K protein, brand, breakfast, with a banana. And then like I was, running around on the run and I was like, fuck, I'm hungry.
Exactly.
Then I went through Carl's Jr. I had a Western bacon cheeseburger meal. That shit was like 1,300 fucking calories. Fucked up my whole day.
Damn, man.
Whole day. I was like, according to this shit, I can't eat another fucking thing today. That's not a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and I told my wife, I was like, see, this is the thing that we don't think about. I was like, and I remember I thought about this when I, got on the whole calorie kick, because I was like, you know what? Small mini meals. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
A lot of people
watching that portion control.
But that definitely
it helps,
hell yeah.
man.
Absolutely.
That was how I lose weight.
Yeah.
I didn't even get crazy on like, steaming this, steaming that. But I was like,
no.
I was strictly on some shit like, look, I for lunch. 400 fucking calories. Like, if that's just a turkey sandwich, you know what I'm saying, with lettuce, tomatoes.
You're having like most of your carbs down there.
That was it.
And then I'm eating again in another 2 hours. So that way, I'm not
starving, man.
Yep.
And I don't want to gorge at dinner time. You know what I'm saying? When I get off. Because at dinner time, I'm having like a breast of chicken and some vegetables. Like
Boom.
that is it.
That's it.
I'm not putting
Have
all
most
that
of the
other
carbs
shit.
earlier in the
man.
day.
Well, I've heard that big too. Which I'm trying hard to get into is that get in all the carbs, the bigger meals earlier in the day.
Because you're moving around and you're active.
Yeah, man.
If you got your toast, your oatmeal, and your eggs, whatever.
Man.
You can do the complex carbs at that time. Potatoes,
in the morning,
brown rice,
you know what I'm saying?
in the daytime, man.
Yeah, then at dinner,
like
I was
said,
strictly
the chicken,
just like a
the
protein
vegetables.
and a vegetable. That was like all I would do. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That
awesome.
night, man.
That's
and
a great
you know what I'm
regimen.
saying? Yeah, and I was, you know, like I told wifey, I was like, nigga, I was looking good in slim fit suits. Now, nigga, I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? I can't rock the same suit that I had before. You know what I'm saying? But
you got the formula. So
I got the formula. It's all about discipline.
It's about applying it.
It's like anything. It's discipline, man. You gotta be disciplined.
Absolutely.
You gotta say that, you know what, I'm gonna make a difference. You know, and I'm gonna do this. You can't make the excuse that, you know what I'm saying, it's too expensive or this and that. Like I said, I'm like, nigga, I'm like, I'm gonna be a gardener, nigga. I want to start growing my own vegetables.
Real shit.
And it's like you said, you hit earlier. It's like, you know what? No, I don't know if I go outside tomorrow if I'm gonna get hit by a Mack truck.
No.
And that ends it all. No, I don't know that, but I know anything that I can control not getting diabetes.
Dude, let me tell you.
No, absolutely.
I can
so
control
crazy.
not getting high blood pressure.
There was you know, I get these daily quotes every day, and like the quote that I got today, and I was like, damn, that's some real shit. Change your life today. Don't gamble on the future. Act now with no delay. Without delay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't want to gamble on the future.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to gamble on the future, man.
That's real
like,
shit.
Start the difference today, man. You know what I mean? Like you can't sit there and say like, oh, you know, I so and so, you know, so and so lived this long.
Yeah, they've been smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing that I gotta work on.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean, we all, you know,
we all have our vices.
George Burns, you know, smoked until
he lived to be 100 years old.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. That don't have to be me.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think everything
That shit
ties
can
in
get me.
together. Everything ties in together. You know, we talk about, you know, maybe increasing the amount of meals you have in a day instead of 3 big meals. We talk about eliminating, you know, GMOs. I wanted to touch on also propylene glycol, which is also something that it's a GMO that's put in antifreeze. Also, that's the commonality that that ingredient has, is it's also in antifreeze, which is horrible. But
that should tell you something, right?
Yeah, you know. But a lot of breakfast cereals that people are eating, granola bars, blueberry muffins, are having genetically modified blueberries. So do something if you're listening right now. You know what I mean? This is something that I was informed about and did the same thing, and I was blown away. I had some, like, this was a couple years ago, I had some muffins from Costco, blueberry muffins, and I learned about propylene glycol, and I looked at the ingredients of the blueberry muffins, and the fucking ingredient, blueberries, was nowhere to be found. You know what I mean? I'm like, how you have a blueberry muffin with no blueberries? You know what I mean? Or you'll have, like, you know, Special K blueberry bars, or, you know, there's no blueberries in the ingredients, you know, so they're using these genetically modified blueberries with propylene glycol, which is that same ingredient I told you that's in antifreeze. So this shows you that how deceitful ingredients can be and how promoting can be, where you can call something a blueberry muffin, you can label it blueberry granola bar, but that item is not in there. Yeah. And you think, like we talked about cutting costs. These companies, blueberries are expensive.
Yeah.
So, you know, if they can fucking cut costs and create some shit that look like it,
that look like it in there and taste like it, they're going to put it in there.
And they know the consumer, you know, 9 times out of 10 isn't looking at the ingredient.
They're not looking at the ingredient.
They believe
the label.
What the label says.
Oh shit, blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffin. It's a blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
You know, who are they to question it? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But it's up to you as the consumer to look at these things and you know, realize what's going to work best for you and what best works for your family. And you know, that's what I'm trying to get into. You know, you know, like we said, man, I've been up and down, yo-yoing with the weight and stuff. It's like, you know what works best, but discipline is a bitch. You know
discipline is a bitch.
Discipline is a bitch, and I don't care where you go with, whether it's diet, whether it's, you know, your career, whether it's your dreams, whatever. Discipline plays a part in all this shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Until you figure out that part, whether it's your spirituality, you got to have that discipline. And I've always realized too, if you can get discipline in one area, it makes it well in all areas.
All of it.
Yeah, because I think you
saying?
train your brain and your mental to say, okay, I can be consistent in this, and and it makes it easier, I think, for other areas.
Yeah. I mean, because that gives you confidence.
Yeah.
If you know, and we've talked, me and Skizz has talked about this many times, where for me, working out is easy.
Yeah.
For me to get out. I enjoy working out. So to me, that's where I have to start my discipline.
Exactly.
It's just getting out, working out, because that is an easier situation for me.
Correct.
The food situation is different.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to take care of the easier aspect first.
Yeah.
Once you get that down,
then
you can move on to these
Baby
other
steps,
areas.
man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They say
Crawl
that even
before
with
you
your
walk.
credit. They say that with your credit.
Yeah.
Get what you're easier. What's going to be easier for you to take care of. If you have a credit card that's only $300 and you
pay
got
that one
another credit
off
card that's $1,500, pay that $300 one off first. It's easier. That builds your confidence.
It builds your confidence. It makes you feel good. Like,
I'm knock that shit out.
I'm gonna knock out the next.
I'm gonna knock out this next one. You know what I'm saying? So you have to. Some people mess up. They go with the $1,500 first.
And they working at that.
Oh man, I still ain't got this shit.
I still got $500 to pay off of this shit, man. You know what I mean? And they get discouraged, and then that makes them fall back on it.
So if you know what's easier for you, like I said, if you know getting whole food and the prices is difficult for you, then make the effort. Get the chicken, like we said, make it skinless, make it, bake it. Grill it.
Yeah.
There's still other aspects that you can do. Like we said, the
wheat
5
pastas,
meals.
You know what I mean?
Wheat bread.
There's not a significant difference in price on those either.
No, man.
It's
the same.
you see the wheat pasta is not much more expensive than
No, it's not a big difference at all.
Yeah.
If you even see it.
You even see it. Yeah, a lot of times I think it's like the same price.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
you have to learn to cook it. It's just like brown rice. I mean, pasta's that same way.
Yeah,
correct.
You have to learn to cook it. And once you learn to cook it, you don't see the difference.
Yeah.
But it's like anything else, man. You have to make that decision to want to change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think as African Americans, as Latino Americans, who have these higher rates in diabetes and blood pressure, these are things that we have to really look at. And I mean, it's surprising to me at 45%, African American women have a higher blood pressure level than
I always thought
anybody. Men is 43%.
43. Which is funny because I was just looking at some data here as well. We were talking about the black community, that might be getting the Jordans and they getting the designer shit.
It kills me that these low income people that they don't have the money for these other things. But they got the J's, they got the Weezys,
no life
nails
insurance,
done, heavy.
refrigerators.
They got the weaves.
You
know what I'm saying? But when you talk about some real shit, they don't have the money to get that.
Nah. So an interesting thing here, we talk about just opportunities that people have. Like you said, they getting it. It's just where you want to point your attention to.
Right.
And even if worst case scenario, you talk about lower income, households, which are not just, exempt to black community. I mean, you look at the food stamp population, 43% are actually the white community.
Whites, yeah.
That's always been.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, it says 47 million total on food stamps out of 20 million. 33% are black. 19% Hispanic, 2% Asian. So, I mean, food stamps, let's say that the population of the black community that's on those, 33%, what are they doing with the food stamps? You know what I mean? What are they doing with the assistance that they're getting? Are they making wise choices with it? So this kind of goes for both parties. If you have the income and the means to get the type of wiser choices and food choices? Are you making the choice to do it? And if you have the means to get it through assistance, are you doing it? You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, KFC takes EBT now, my niggas.
You know what I mean? No, I mean, you get
EBT card.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all gas stations, liquor stores, they take it.
Man.
It's niggas going to the liquor store and buying chips.
Exactly.
It's niggas buying Twinkies, you know what I mean? So it's like, really, it's maybe it's not how much they got in the pocket, but just improving the mind.
I think it's definitely a cultural improvement of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where, honestly, on a lot of situations, I could get the better food choices, or I can make the better food choices.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I can't even use the excuse. And a lot of us, a lot of times, can't make the excuse of finances. It's like, when I need some new photography shit, I find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because that's what's important to me.
Of course.
So you have to make it where your health is important to you. And it kind of pisses me off, me having sickle cell anemia, that sometimes I don't always put my dietary needs on the top of the list as far as health-wise. You know what I'm saying? But it does have to come to those times. Unfortunately, you hope that it doesn't come on dire times, which a lot of times for me, when I have lost weight, unfortunately, it has been under dire times where the sickle cell done killed me off damn near, and I had to get it right, you know. But it's a lot of times it is just. Even when you don't have the finances, in actuality, you do it, and I'm guilty of it. Like I said, it's plenty of times when money's been tight. Yeah. But you know, Illustrious done found ways to get photography shit together. I don't, you know, when I was doing the music, then I found time to get the hottest production equipment or whatever it took to come. You know, but then when it came time for me to get dietary shit, I ain't really got the Whole Foods. Nigga, I can't really spend $1 more for no eggs.
I feel you. I mean, it's one of those things where, too, you know, you kind of think. I think whenever you're putting money towards something that can bring you a rate of return is never a bad choice. So I would never feel bad about putting money towards your photography first and foremost. Anything that you could put money in and it gives you back money or an investment is a great thing.
Or happiness.
For you know what I mean?
That's
so, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I like to consider myself, you know, I shy away from high fructose corn syrups and all these GMOs, and, you know, I try to buy organic chicken as much as possible and things of that nature, but I love pastries, you know what I mean? I'll fucking cook some brownies, some cookies in a minute, you know what I mean? Now I try to get on my, like, healthy brownie shit, my healthy cookie shit, like, there's brownies on the market without, like, high fructose that have more natural ingredients and, you know what I mean, more natural sugars.
As long as you don't fuck with that,
you know what I mean?
Man, what's the shit, like the no wheat shit? Like, what the fuck is that shit called? Like,
you're talking about, like, like in the bread that when they take
like this it's like a whole new shit that everybody's on.
Like, give me
why am I blanking out on it?
Gluten.
Gluten free.
Thank you.
Yeah, gluten free. The gluten free cookies and shit.
Yeah, that shit is nasty.
Yeah, man. It is.
It's like sand.
No, it is.
Shit.
I mean, y'all wasn't at the crib when I bought the box.
You made some?
I never like had them. I had them at the house. Everybody was like laughing. They were like crummy and breaking up. I thought you was there. Like,
nah.
Okay, word.
Man, somebody brought them shits to work one day. It was like, I got my gluten-free brownies. That shit was
that shit
what
feels
that
like
shit is,
fucking sacrificing
exactly.
Yeah. And
I don't want to fuck with no brownies if it don't taste good.
Exactly.
I'd rather have a little piece of a brownie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Once again, high fructose corn syrup, when you remove it from the diet, you don't notice.
You know what I mean?
Take that gluten up out there.
Yeah, gluten.
Yeah, it's such
completely taking the weed out, man.
Yeah, that's what makes really proved.
Nah, man.
It really makes a great difference.
Yeah, man. It's some hype, man. Everybody's like,
I mean, the thing is, the gluten was hype too because it originally started with people that were allergic to gluten.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like it was some unhealthy ingredient.
It was just like
they just were allergic
people could not. So then people started looking at like
people saying gluten free.
Gluten free.
They don't want gluten. I don't want gluten.
Oh yeah, exactly. No carbs.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And everything else.
So
you know what I mean? Like
it's niggas. really messed
my
up the-
thyroid won't let me eat gluten. Like, get stop lying, man.
Take a fucking brownie.
Yeah, eat a fucking brownie.
Won't let me take gluten.
Man,
Yeah.
such some hype bullshit, man. It's
Yeah,
like any other
yeah.
diet fad, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
That's why that shit don't last.
yeah, like there's no reason why anybody should eat that horrible shit like that. Like if you're really allergic to gluten, don't
There you
eat
go. Then you
anything
don't
that
eat it.
has gluten in it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You eat other shit.
Yep.
Don't try and fucking make gluten-free cookies and gluten-free brownies. And this shit tastes like rocks. Horrible.
Fucking tastes like rocks. With sugar on it. And
Man,
shit.
yeah. Rocks and sugar, rock sugar.
Sugar rock. Yeah, man. So you know, it's an interesting thing, you know, because we talk about we talk about what do we cover so far? You know, the dieting and the black household, the pricing difference, the business aspect of it, because we looked at it from a consumer side, a business side, preparing the food, cost, and this kind of goes with different businesses. We touched on clothes, you know.
There was something that I wanted to say on that whole clothes game because, you know, and just talking about the quality as far as, you know, as far as what people would spend, you know, I've seen this a lot in, you know, the business that I come in, you know, with the whole, you know, the audio visuals and everything. You know, there's always and I battle this a lot of times with you know, like different quotes that I send out, you know, with clients. Because you have a part where you want to be, okay, do I want to be known as the bargain basement or
the undercuts niggas and shit?
Yeah, or the high quality. You know what I mean? And, you know, you come to the point where, you know, you kind of have to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Because it is kind of a lane that you have to be in. And then that's why different manufacturers have different things. I've done shows for like, you know, different clothing manufacturers, like, you know, to think of one, it was like this high end, like, French designers called Sandro and Maj, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had never even heard of this shit before. Like, I did an event for them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, but they, you know, they've always called themselves like, you know, what they call it? They call it an attainable luxury line. So, you know, they're not Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or whatever. But like, and they like would show these graphs on how, you know, they want to position themselves in the market. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. You get a graph and you show the whole market, like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Louboutin, you know, where they're at, you know, and then I think it was Walmart, whatever, you know what I'm saying, down here, you know, so-and-so's here, so-and-so's there. We think that we fit in here, so we are going to price our product within that. Like, they really kind of look at pricing first. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the line that we got to be at to be able to say, like, okay, the people who are going to go to us, you know, are willing to pay this much for a certain thing. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we don't even give a fuck about the people that, you know, want to pay less. You know what I'm saying? If anything,
this is
we'll
our
make
market.
this is our market. Yeah. If anything, if we feel like we want to expand the business and go down to that, then we'll make another line that's completely different.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying? From this one. We won't really worry about quality as much. We'll get a cheaper
exchange, right?
Exactly.
Armani
All
they have Armani exchange.
Armani exchange. You know what I'm saying? It's a cheaper. So then we're like, okay, this is the price point that we need to be at. Now where do we need to get this manufactured at to be able to make, you know what I'm saying, the profit margin at that price?
At that price.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what they all do.
I think that's a great way to go about it and look at business because, I mean, you look at like Target, right? When they kind of propelled their brand when they started bringing clothes into the back. And a lot of women love
a lot of women
Target.
go like,
because they get some like kind of they get some kind of trendy, stylish shit, nice little handbags, and they're affordable. You can get like a little
price, a little better quality.
Yeah, a little better quality than the shit from.
You can get like a $20 dress. You know what I mean? You know, females going there all the time and just pick up something quick if they need something. You know, they're already in there shopping for other shit. So Target kind of took over the game.
They really did,
and they were like really competing with Walmart. I remember seeing a documentary on that with Walmart and Target, and you know, I think it does come to that where you just decide where your brand is going to be.
Yeah.
Because if I'm Googling, let's say I'm looking to make some business card or get some business cards made, I don't fucking know any business card companies. Most people probably don't know any offhand. You Google business cards, right?
Yeah.
Your local areas will give you in that proximity what business card companies or printing companies are out there. So you look at maybe what reviews. You call up and you look at pricing. You know what I mean? But you don't give a fuck about the name because you don't know who's
you don't know who's hot.
Yeah, you don't know who's. You just know you need some business cards,
and you just know that. You know, you start
Yeah.
looking at what's important to you. Well, I don't want them to look cheap.
Yeah, you know what
I don't want to pay too much. You know what I'm saying? You start breaking down.
You're breaking it down.
What's
you know
important.
what I mean?
What's important.
You're not looking at who's the hottest.
Yeah.
You know, who got the biggest name. You probably don't know their names anyway. You know,
this card is
you know what I mean? He just fire. Oh, this nigga got the heat. You know?
Yeah.
You know, so
You don't even know.
You know, it's kind of the same thing. If somebody's looking for an AV company, they gonna be making phone calls. They may not know anything about. They just need somebody that's going to deliver. They probably you get a consultation from you. You know what I mean? What you do, your background, or whatever it is. Boom, here's the price point, and then that's where you set the brand at. You know what I mean?
And there are times where I make decisions. You know what I'm saying? You know, based on that, based on the fact, like, okay, this is what my shit is worth. You know what I mean? Like, if I come down more on that price, then I'm just another one of the bargain barrel cats. And there are cats that are doing it out there.
They lowball all the time.
Yeah, they lowball all the time, and usually they're just piecing shit together. Like you know what I'm saying, the quality definitely is not there. They just they finding a nigga that don't really know about AV and paying them like $10 an hour. You know what I'm saying? And,
there you go.
And everything else, and they're using like old equipment. They barely piecing shit together. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to make it work within the budget that they've given. Where me, I'm like, look, I know what is going to make a successful show, and you're not going to have me like the other guys, like where, you only want to charge me half, so now I got to go with half of crew. I can't rent the right equipment that I need. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get some lower end equipment to try and make this shit work. And then I'm running around, my fucking head cut off, trying to make this shit work. Because when it all comes down to it, and this is the thing that I've always realized, is that when it all comes down to it, it doesn't, what matters is, the perception of what you are in the market. So if I give someone like a cheap ass fucking, quote on a gig, and then
that's where you at.
Yeah, and then my shit, I can't go back and say like, well, them niggas didn't want to pay that much, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they get.
Exactly.
No, now my reputation is ruined. Like they're like, oh man, look at the shit work he do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the best thing to do in that situation, man, I think when you speaking with a client, it's like, you tell them what your price is. If it's too much, hey, I appreciate your inquiry. Let me know if your flexibility changes. This is where I'm at. I appreciate it. Boom.
That's exactly what I
you
did.
keep your value. You know what I mean?
Man.
You keep your
value.
In photography, where it's like you learn that you can lowball and go to these extra low prices, but for the consumer that is looking for that extra low price, they're not your consistent consumer.
Exactly. Correct. They're always going to be driven by price. They're going to look
for anybody who has the cheaper price.
Correct.
But somebody who wants quality and the consumer that you want that will continually come back to me or to any company. You know what I'm saying? You have to be firm in, okay, maybe I might not have the lowest price, but I got the best quality.
Exactly.
There you go.
And you know what I'm saying? You put that out there and you may lose a few cats.
Yeah, man.
But to me, I want to lose the cat that is not willing to pay for my package or want me to lowball for my package than the cat that's okay, I'll pay it. I don't have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? That's a good price.
Many times it's just like, all right, go ahead and go with them.
Go with them.
You know what I mean?
It all.
See how you event.
Good luck to you.
It's the way you look and the way you present yourself means everything, which it sucks, but it is what it is. So me as a photographer, if I do a photo shoot for $100, that lowball cat will come get me. But then, like we said, he's gonna go if somebody has it for $50, he gonna run to him.
Yeah, he gonna always chase.
Yeah, he's always gonna chase
the dollar. Always.
But now, if I make my photo session $300, okay, now I done cut out that low ball.
Yeah,
Yep.
That person can go to that cat.
Yeah, he's not even gonna go.
Whereas
there.
after he gets burned from the cat that's charging 50, he'd be like, man, maybe I should look up this $300. Man. Maybe I should really invest in myself this time. You know what I mean?
You gotta price yourself in that market. You know, just like we talk about. That's the market you want. The market where people value what you do and you know the quality of your product, and it's not always just looking at price.
The price.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just like when we were talking about cars earlier. When I went by my car, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew for the longest that was the car that I wanted. Like, I didn't give a fuck. Absolutely. Like, I already did the research. I knew the price. I just did not go into the car lot until I could afford that car.
Yep.
Once I knew I was ready and I could do it, I'm like, let's do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever the price is. Because I knew at that time, like, I was in this lane. Right. I wasn't in the lane where I was completely looking at, like, I need a bargain car. Like, you know, it don't have to have leather. You know, it can just barely have AC. You know what I'm saying? I just need something that run. I wasn't in that market anymore. Now I was into where I'm like, okay, I can actually buy something that I want to be, and that, you know what I'm saying, is what I'm looking for. And then, you know, I went to that.
That's awesome.
That's when I was there.
Best way to do it, man.
Best way to do it. The first time I ever went into a car lot, feeling like,
yeah, you got all
this.
I have the upper hand.
Yup.
Instead of like, damn, nigga,
let me show you what you can get, my nigga.
Yeah, exactly. Let me show you.
These ones over here.
I can get you the one here.
The one with the roll-up window, I got you.
Exactly.
Yeah. We don't want to go on this side. We're going to take you on this side, man.
I think it's always going to be that issue with the consumer. I mean, not every consumer you have, but the consumer and the seller. You know, the consumer's trying to pay as less as possible.
Yes.
The seller's trying to make as much profit as possible.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be a clash. You know what I mean? Now, there's times where I've sold a car and it's just been a breeze. You know what I mean? No issue. Oh, okay, cool. Boom. You know what I mean? And there's some that will grind you. Oh, how much you pay for it? Or what's the invoice on the car? You know, I want to know. Well, put me under an invoice. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I mean, they don't care if you make money off of the deal. You know what I mean? So
they're just thinking about themselves.
You feel me? So it's one of those things where it doesn't always matter what the person paid for the product or what their cost is. You know what I mean? What how much your lenses and your cameras cost.
Yeah, man.
That don't matter to the fucking
nope.
They don't even want to talk about that.
What equipment you got for your AV and all that. That's not a discussion.
It's the reason by why, like, you know, I buy Mac between a PC. Like, you look at the fucking price and you're like, God damn.
Yeah.
You know, to start out $1,700 for a 13-inch screen laptop. You know what I'm saying? And I can go get a PC for $400 at Best Buy on bar.
Little Lenovo.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I'm in the game.
Exactly.
But this, to me, and maybe not everybody agrees, but to me, this is the pinnacle of a laptop machine. This shit is foolproof. I never have a problem with it. It powers up every time. I don't get viruses.
And Apple makes it
always the same.
Yeah, specs are always the same. It is a solid running machine. I don't have to worry about the graphics card is shittier in this one than it is in it. You buy one, it's like the same all the way across the board.
And like you said, once you feel like you're a part of a community,
you there, man. You're like, I don't give a fuck. Like Apple Watch,
they make you feel special and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they make you feel like damn, nigga, I'm part of the Apple community.
It makes it so easier. I go through with my wife with her damn Android phone and all the issues she has and this and that.
I used to be an Android guy too.
Yeah,
it's like I know. I'm an Apple dude.
Yeah,
so, I've had iPhone since the 3.
Yeah,
and I haven't changed since then.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I'm accustomed to their situation. I got the iPad. I haven't really got to the PC aspect yet, which I plan to do that. But it's a beautiful thing when everything is interchangeable.
It is.
You know what I mean? My iPad
and they do flow smoothly when you have everything
smoothly together.
Yeah, they do.
They flow. Everything flows together.
You know what I mean? I just love it. You know what I'm saying? And even me being a tech dude, I can only imagine for people who are not tech people, how much they can breathe a sigh of relief if they're fucking with Apple products. And man, I swear Apple should fucking make us sponsors, because like I don't want to be blowing them up and like giving them, free shit. But when it comes down to it, what I mean, they do a great job on like making things simple for people who are not extremely technical to make shit always work. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
If you get an iPad, it's easy for you to sync it up with your, with your MacBook or with your iPhone, with your Apple Watch. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to work in conjunction. There's no where you got to be like a part-time programmer in order to make this shit work. You know what I'm saying?
Take
you just
courses.
man. You just hook it all in, type in your iCloud password, and it all just fucking works, man. And that's a great thing. And for that, you're willing to, pay the little, the extra money, because it's just a well built machine.
Yeah, it's true,
and it looks good and everything else.
Yeah, I'm like Les. I haven't converted to Apple laptops yet.
Mm-hmm.
I got the PC, the HP. That shit was like $1,200 though. It felt like
which the APs can be.
It felt like I was getting Apple. That's the most. I always had $300 laptops.
Yeah,
shit, but
I even just got my
convenience, man.
Yeah.
I know once, and what sucks is when I was with the iMac, I was accustomed to their platform.
Yeah.
And it's like now, then when I got away from it, I know I got to get back into the platform again. And sometimes that's. It's like I've been so much in the PC world. I got to.
It's different, but I don't know.
It's easy to get back. It didn't take me long to get into the Mac world when I was there. You know what I'm saying? So,
and maybe it's just because I've been on the Mac so long. But I swear, every time I get on the PC now, I'm like, where the fuck do I go?
I was like that when I was in the Mac. I didn't know. I was like, where in the hell? Like niggas know Alt.
It's
like, what
where's the left click? Or
right?
Whatever.
And especially
but you get it quick. I got it quick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's pretty user friendly, I think. But
yeah, man. Like I was telling you guys when I was, there was a Hermes store last time I was in Vegas in a hotel, and we walked in there just looking around. I always heard of Hermes. I never really looked at the clothes and shit. I see certain rap niggas wearing it, but I walked in there. I seen one of the they had like a little track jacket. It looked like something you see in the Puma store. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing, extravagant. Yeah. It was like $1,300. You know what I mean? And then the
track jacket.
The salesman is describing it to me. Well, Hermes is, France, handmade material, all the cotton and everything is from France. So, I guess, some of them, it's notoriety kind of comes into play with it, and then the materials I'm sure that they're using is fucking high quality materials.
Yeah,
and handmade always costs more, of course. You know what I mean? So the labor into that, it's just really where you decide to put your brand. That's the brand that they chose. Yeah, you think of Ferrari and Lamborghini. When's the last time you guys seen a Ferrari or Lamborghini commercial?
Yeah, which is another thing.
They don't
make that. Yeah,
you know what I mean. They don't have to put commercials.
Yeah, because they're not even marketing to.
Yeah,
you're going to go get a Ferrari.
Yeah,
exactly.
When you walk on a lot, this is pretty much what you want.
Exactly. They don't. You're not going to see those on the TV, but you know them.
You know
how much it costs.
Yeah, exactly.
So every brand is different.
Don't even fuck with us unless you
bring your ass in here.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't got a low end.
We don't got a low end. We ain't coming on after the fucking Cars Jr. commercial. Don't walk up in here with that bullshit.
Not doing it. Don't walk up in here with that bullshit. You better come correct. You gotta have some paper.
That's their brand.
That's their brand, man. Like, I feel like that's gonna cheapen our brand if we sit here and try and mass produce it to everyone.
Right.
You're probably.
Yeah, no doubt. So it all boils down to people where you want to put your brand. Notoriety probably comes into play a little bit. Of course, if you just win a Grammy, your verses are probably going to become more expensive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If you just do a photography shoot for, Pharrell, you're probably going to be charging a little bit more. You know what I mean? If you do an event for, a big artist, you just went on tour with Kendrick. Any business, whatever it is, I think that comes into play as well. A little bit of your resume, a little bit of your what you bring to the table, your experience. I think some of that all comes into play with your price point and just where you put your margin at, and just really the type of brand you're promoting.
Yeah,
you know,
it's what you want.
Yeah,
you know, it's like you said. Sometimes you're willing to pay the extra if you know you're getting quality. If I know, you know, I want to get my diet right. I'm going to pay that extra for the whole chicken or the chicken without the hormones or whatever the case may be. You know, just as in, I know when I want that polo jacket, you know I'm going to pay a little bit for it.
Yeah.
But I want that polo jacket.
Word.
So, you know what I'm saying? Or like you said with the Ferrari. When I walk in the Ferrari, you know what I'm saying? I know I can't Jew these people down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You going
What's the invoice? What you pay for it?
You probably
Come on,
paying
man.
over sticker and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the invoice?
So it's all about what matters to you at the end of the day. Sometimes it is branding. I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, of course, if I see a Nike jacket and it's $60 or $125 and it's that pony jacket, it's $125. Guess what? I'm not gonna really, and it might have the better, quality
exactly
involved. You know what I'm saying? It may have the French linen and all this other
you
stuff,
know what I mean?
which you know Nike's not gonna have.
Of course,
But because it is Nike, and I put it in my head that I want a damn Nike jacket. At the end of the day, I'm gonna pay for it. So it's what you want, and that's where, like I said, even with the diet. You know, to kind of bring it all back around, you know, it's what you want. It's what, you know, you making a decision to make your life better. Like I said, no, you can't control what happens when you walk outside that door. You know what I'm saying? You might get smacked by a freight truck. You know what I'm saying? You can't control that. But you can control your diet. You can control your diabetes. You can control your exercise. You know what I'm saying? And it's something you have to work at. Like we've all said, you know, we're not gonna sit here and tell you that we got the grand diet, we got the grand exercise routines and stuff like that.
You know, we all still figuring all this shit out.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. But the bottom line is that we know that we need to get better.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, man, everybody knows, man. Yeah. I always say that shit. Like I tell that shit to my wife all the time. I'm like, everybody know what the fuck they gotta do, right?
Yeah,
Niggas just don't do it.
No, you're right.
You're making a choice not to do it.
You're right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
haven't made it. You haven't made it.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, for certain
right.
things, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to get like fucking 12-pack abs, you know what I'm saying? There's
There's a lot
of work. There's a lot of work going to that. But
so are you
just
willing to put in the work
healthy
to get it?
and
just to be healthy is
lose weight. Like it's not that hard. Like really,
it's hard. It's more mental.
It's more mental. It's all the mental. All the mental, man.
You know,
and we talk about in between snacks, like just kind of wrap it all up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, more meals a day, have the carbs earlier in the day. You know, maybe when you're in between meals, you know, instead of grabbing chips or this or that, you know, maybe grab the apple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, grab
maybe
the apple,
you know,
man. Like I've been lately big on bell peppers.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Up, you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And, you know, a little bit of salt, you know what I'm saying?
of
Or
salt.
just
know what works for you. Know
You know what I'm saying?
and
It's a great
don't-
snack.
Don't
You know
do
what I
that
mean?
crash shit, man.
Yeah.
Don't. I don't agree with that.
The
no
cabbage,
carbs.
fucking, no carbs, paleo.
You got to have a fucking balanced diet.
Yeah, man, you gotta have a balanced diet, man. You gotta have something that you can do for the rest of your life. That was something that I heard a long time ago, and I was like, that so stuck with me. You can't fucking go on the cabbage diet, the South Beach diet, nigga. Yeah, exactly, and all that shit, man. Because
100 carbs a day.
Yeah, it's not
especially
sustainable.
if you go to the gym. Especially,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
you
no
gotta
way in
have-
the world you can do all that and go to the gym.
yeah,
You
gotta have some
can't eat like that for the rest of your life.
No.
So you
It's
have to
unattainable.
really truly look at a completely life changing way of eating. I don't even like to say of dieting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's just a life changing way of eating where you're like, I'm not gonna fucking gorge and pig out on everything. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, just eat crap all the time.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna make sure that, I used to do this. I'm like, if I've gotta eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Like that needs to be a serving of fruit and a vegetable at every meal and mini meal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta get that in. You know what I mean? Like it's as simple as that. And that right there is something that is very sustainable that you can eat for the rest of your life. Because, you know what I'm saying?
True.
Fruits are great. Vegetables are great. You know what I'm saying?
Get the shit you love,
protein
man.
is great.
Absolutely. Love.
Yeah. I think we all have a little bit of, like, my daughter hates oranges, but she loves apples.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's what you're
if you gotta eat apples all fucking day, like
All
eat,
day,
you know what I'm saying? Eat your apples, man.
Like we were saying earlier, even if you feel like you don't have the time to prepare every meal that has all the different colors, and they say the more colors on your plate,
the more colors
better.
on your plate.
You know what I mean, they have supplements out there where you can buy all of your vegetables in a capsule, a gel capsule. You know what I mean? So if you didn't consume that enough that day, you could buy a vitamin, bottle of those. You could buy green food powder that has wheatgrass and every other green vegetable all in it in powder base. You could throw a scoop of that in your shakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even Lucille Ball ate Vitameta, Vitamin, or whatever that shit is. I love Lucy, my nigga. They did it in the 50s, man.
Yeah, niggas do it in the 50s.
And we
got better nutrition now.
Yeah, man. Then, if you couldn't get it back then, you know what I'm saying? You get a supplement or whatever. Yeah. People knew how important it was, you know what I'm saying? They had that stuff back then, man.
Yeah. You understand that, of course, it's not as great as the actual, but something's better than nothing. And we said, I know I'm horrible with the vegetables, so the smoothies and the powders and the supplements is how I have to get mine. Yeah, what I mean. If you know that, then prepare yourself for it. And that's what I have to do, and what I've been trying to do.
Everybody knows their lifestyle and how their day goes. So if you got a fucking busy ass day, you know how to squeeze in your shit and calculate it better.
Preparing my meals for the day works better for me.
Yes.
If some people can get away with it.
That was what I did as well.
If I prepare my meals and have them out ready to roll, it does better for me than if everything is going on and I got to find something to prepare, then guess what? I'm going to grab that junk before I grab something cool, because it's easier to do that.
And it saves money, man. If you think about it,
it does.
Let's say you work and your lunch break, you eat out every day throughout the work week. Man. Let's say you spending $10 a day average, right? Just on a meal combo. You know what I mean? If let's say you working 5 days a week, you know what I mean? Depending 5 or 6, $30, $35 a week. You know what I mean? What you looking at? Almost $200 a month. You know what I mean? $150, whatever it is between those two. So if you think about, like, you could buy a bag of chicken, right? And then how long could you stretch that throughout the work week? Get busy with the chicken breast, you know what I mean?
Chicken breast.
So many meals you can make with that.
You bring that to work every day, you know what I mean? You saving fucking
money. Cut up
money.
Some veggies in there, man.
You know what I mean? You good.
Throw some soy sauce on that bitch. Like,
absolutely.
Good, man.
Find what works best for you, man. Sometimes it's trial and error. I know even for myself, I had to, kind of go through trial and error to figure out what works best for me. But, you have to do it. You have to make that conscious decision. As I said, I think with people of color, we have to get back to this where it means something for us to have a more longer life span, as far as, and with that comes a discipline in the diet, as we discussed earlier, man. It ain't about what Big Mama did or what great grandmama did.
All the fried chicken.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The pig feet, the hog maw, all this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Frog leg.
That's great that it worked for them. You know what I'm saying? Things are a little different. So, you got people dropping dead at 40, man. 30 years old. This shit is crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Cats having heart attacks at 30 years old, dog. I mean, you didn't hear about
a 30-year-old heart.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Stressed out at 30 years old. You know what I mean? It's you have to think about these things. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it pisses me off when I hear African Americans, niggas eating good and they go out on the street, get hit by a truck. You know what? Well, all right, but let me take my chances.
Yeah, that's like saying don't wear a seatbelt because niggas still die with seatbelts sometimes.
yeah.
Like, nigga, you should still wear your seatbelt.
Yeah, let me take my chances with the seatbelt.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Without it. You know what I'm saying? And it's, You know, and it's just real talk, man, folks. You know, and I'm putting myself in the category too. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better. You know, and diet, of course, is just in one aspect. It's many aspects as a culture, as a race that we need to do. But definitely, to me, diet is definitely a good first step as far. Maybe not before, not maybe, but I know not before spirituality. But I think definitely after that.
Oh yeah,
you have to get that part of your life intact.
It ties in with it, you know. The tempo, you know. You gotta take care of your tempo.
It's all the tempo. You
gotta eat to live.
You gotta take the body.
Yeah.
Like Muhammad said a long time ago.
Yeah,
Word.
you know.
And shouts out to El Pollo Loco too. I didn't shout out El Pollo Loco. That's another decent fast food
real
choice.
good.
Yeah, grilled chicken,
good.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Flame broiled.
Yeah, very very affordable too. You know,
Yeah.
you eat healthy. You could drive through El Pollo, get something quick and healthy. You know what I mean? So
man, they got some great salads, man.
They got great salads, you know. So
salads, man.
There's choices out there, folks.
It's out there. You gotta. It's just like good music, man.
Yeah.
You gotta search
you can
for
complain
it.
about the radio all day.
All day.
Yeah.
You know, if you want that good shit, you gotta look.
You go get it, man.
You go dig for it, and it's the same thing with the food, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's some affordable shit out there. You just gotta get out there and look for it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's there. You know.
Sure.
So,
Word up.
man, anything anybody else got to drop on that, man?
Yeah, man. I think with that, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think that concludes everything, man. That's
it, man.
Awesome episode.
Yeah, man. Awesome episode, man. Quality over quantity, man.
Quality over quantity.
Sure.
You know what
Once
I mean?
again, for all my people out there, man, keep dreaming, live them dreams, man. Once you stop dreaming, you stop living, man. You know what I'm saying? Let nobody tell you can't make it and you can't achieve them dreams. If you made it, that decision that this is what you want to do, man, you can do it, man. Never stop dreaming. You stop dreaming, you stop living, man.
You could dream while you sleep, or you could wake up and live your dreams. Peace.
One love, man.
Love it.
Out.